Good morning, wrestling fans. Today is Thursday, January 18th, 2024. Lance Braff here on this Thursday morning episode of GMWF. And in case you can hear the crunching and the slushing under my feet, yes, still have quite a bit of snow and ice on the ground here in Taylor, Michigan, which it appears to be a lot of the country. Even on Monday in North Little Rock, Arkansas, on Raw, they showed, and at the beginning of Raw, they showed a shot of outside Atlanta. It looked like they had quite a bit of snow there, even in Arkansas, actually, which definitely not a weather expert, but I'm pretty sure that Arkansas normally isn't used to being that cold of weather. Just a reminder, everyone, last night I finally did that new episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. I know what everybody's thinking, it's about time, but like they say, better late than never. Talked about TNA Hard to Kill, AEW Collision, AEW Battle of the Belts 9, and New Japan Pro Wrestling Battle in the Valley that took place last Saturday night. We had a lot of pro wrestling to watch and a lot of pro wrestling to talk about. Finally did that episode. So if you have a chance, go back, either Spreaker, YouTube, or whichever podcast app or website you listen to, and check out that episode, and maybe share it with your friends who are also pro wrestling fans, or your coworkers, or your neighbors that also love pro wrestling. Once again, Dynamite last night, we saw Christian Cage retain the TNT Championship over the Natural Dustin Rhodes. And I apologize as I walk by. A very rude person has their snowblower going. Like I always say around here, people are rude. They have their cars loud and their snowblowers loud, even though people are walking on their way to work recording a podcast. And also, last night on Dynamite, Samoa Joe defeating Hook in the main event to retain the AEW Championship, and what I thought was a pretty good main event, even though I did kind of expect Taz to get involved a little more than he actually did. Still was a good match, and we found out that the next AEW International Championship defense from freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy will take place March 3rd on pay-per-view at AEW Revolution, which comes to a bit of a surprise to me, and definitely not because I'm not looking forward to the match or anything, because I'm sure, of course, like most of Orange's title defenses. It will probably be a very good match, Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong. But the thing I was just kind of curious about is that when Orange Cassidy has been the AEW International Champion, normally they'd have him defend the title maybe either every week or every other week, either on Dynamite or Rampage, Collision. And we are still over about maybe a month and a half away to Revolution on pay-per-view, and they're already setting up this title match. So it just kind of surprised me that, because it kind of gives it away that if they had that match scheduled already and we see OC defend the title before then, that it's kind of likely we will not see Orange Cassidy drop the title to retain it until the title defense against Roderick Strong. But we will just have to wait and see. Like I said, though, I'm sure Orange and Roderick will have a very good match. And now on to tonight. We have the first episode of TNA Impact on Access TV in the new TNA era. And the main event for tonight is the second match between the Walking Weapon Josh Alexander and the aerial assassin Will Ospreay. Let me just say, if you missed the first one, the first match that took up almost the first hour of Impact, or most of the episode anyway, definitely check that match out if you have not seen it. I definitely recommend checking it out. TNA has made the full match available on their YouTube channel, so definitely go check it out. I'm sure it's really easy to find. Just search for Josh Alexander vs. Will Ospreay 2. You should be able to find it. And this one's going to be a great match. Like I talked about on 360 Wrestling Fanatic last night, Trinity retaining the TNA Knockouts Championship at Hard to Kill, and all the rumors about possibly returning to WWE as Naomi. We will have to wait and see what happens with that, but I did see one thing in the spoilers that was a part of a headline that actually TNA advertised themselves, so it's not really reading a spoiler, but I did see that she did wrestle at the tapings at the Snake Eyes event on Sunday nights in Vegas, so I'm not sure if she won, if she lost. Well, like I said, we will just have to wait and see. TNA Impact tonight on Access TV, followed by New Japan Pro Wrestling, and also tonight Ring of Honor on Honor Club. And that is all for this Thursday morning episode of Good Morning Wrestling fans. Thank you everyone for listening this morning. Remember, in the comment section, you can go there and leave your thoughts and opinions on last night's AEW Dynamite. Also, once again, I gotta ask the question, are you as excited as I am about the return of TNA switching from Impact Wrestling? Or do you think it's just a simple name change and it's just going to be the same promotion? Let me know what you think in the comment section. either right here on Spreaker, YouTube, or wherever you listen to 360 Wrestling Podcast app, or which website or app, I should say. Once again, thank you everyone for listening this morning. I might do an episode about tonight's big episode of TNA Impact, so stay tuned, and should be back tomorrow morning for the Friday episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans. Until then, though, have a great pro wrestling day.